Good morning, everybody, on this fine Wednesday morning here from Budapest, Hungary. What's up? We're going to be hosting rapid challenges with unusual openings. Weird Wednesday, weird rapid. I've got challenges from Ripun and Sumer, two challengers who are subscribers to the stream. Let's get started. Any kind of rapid... I will consider any rapid challenges that are casual. Fastest time control is 7 plus 3. The longest would be something like maybe 15. 10 plus 5. Alright. Good luck, everybody. Doing in the chat room. Thus. E5. Now what do I do? St. George reversed, or St. George deferred reversed. Reversed deferred. Diversed. The diversed. Diversified. Asturbate's not here. Very strange. Our most faithful follower. The English. If I play c4, it becomes an English. Put some English on it. Let's hold on that. What else can I do, really, though? I'm going to have to play c4. It's the only good central pawn move available. Of course, you can play knight f3. c4 first. Giving black an option. Several options, to be exact. No threat here whatsoever. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How was the arena? I played some good games and some bad games, but I won it. Unfortunately, Zen Chess played a cheater in the first game. I felt kind of bad about that. Then he, didn't show up for his second game and withdrew. So he was sort of the second highest rated player and left the tournament after one round, basically. But we summarily kicked that player that cheated against Zen out. And, this is going to happen from time to time. But Cormoran was the only other high-rated player in the field. And he missed the winning sacrifice against me in our respective game. As usual, I didn't play great. I had a couple interesting games, though. Alright. Thanks for asking. Zen just rage quit. I didn't know if you rage quit or you just were depressed. But I'm pretty sure that we can sleep well knowing your opponent was properly booted from the team. I'm not going to go into another long explanation. If you're suspected of cheating, you don't need to be convicted in court. It's my team. I make the rules. Alright, you're guilty until proven innocent. He was pretty sus. Anyway, that's enough for me. If you beat Zen Chess, you have to be cheating. But, you know, again, like, there was only 3 high-rated players, so it's sad to see one of them rage quit. It looks like some of our regulars not playing now that it's Rapid. Notice, like, Aldisto hasn't been playing. World Loser stopped by, but he didn't play, just one game. I mean, we're going to find that some people don't like the slower time controls. I like it, obviously. H6. Studying with Michael Bassman, obviously. So he just played one game. He's probably busy then. But I know that World Loser likes, you know, he likes fast time controls. But he also plays over the board tournaments, so he'll play any time control, but he'll play it fast. No, I think the Rapids are good. The only disadvantage, of course, is that we can only play, you know, less rounds. It was 3 hours, and we did 5 rounds. You know, maybe once or twice I'll do 5 or 6 rounds, or 6 or 7 rounds, I mean to say. Okay, Bishop E6. Your net is uninstalled. Ah, new house. Play on your phone. What other game did I have that was interesting? Oh, I had a great game with Stapvargan at the end. Looks like he lost. He blundered in a equal position. Man, I can't believe that, like, the Stonewall attack is really playable. Right. Well, I mean, you know, we might as well just, like, give up chess if we're concerned our opponents are cheating all the time. Yeah, we have a club, and you have to be a member of the club, and if you cheat, you're kicked out of the club. It's not a random game on lichess. Fetamaster was stopping by my stream last week, and he was talking about the same thing. He likes to play longer games, but only, like, you know, with a specific circle of friends. Which is understandable. You're not going to get me in any prize tournaments in online chess. Title Tuesday, whatever that is. But I feel good about moving away from Blitz. I stopped by, this is particularly for Arsenal, I stopped by Tranquilizer's stream and I told him I was just going to quit Blitz, and he said he can understand. He's not a player who particularly likes Blitz, I think. He understands the real chess is not Blitz. G6, wow. Very mature setup here by Black. Anything I could do with this diagonal? Right, I could change the game, right, to D4. He takes, I would play, change the game. Takes, I would play knight takes. He would take back with a knight. He would probably take with a knight. He could actually play bishop G7. So maybe I shouldn't do it. Should I just wait and play like bishop E2 and not break? Okay, what about bishop e2, just normal development? Bishop e2, bishop g7, castle, castle. It seems like I ought to go now. Go now! It's weird to play d3, d4 in 2 moves. Too early break, fundamentally. Well, no, I mean, he's played a6 and h6. Screw this, man. a6 and h6. He's making my a3 look good. WJ Loof, welcome chess people. Garnering your paycheck. Garnering your bishop pair. Garner, snake. Garner, snake, garnish. James Garner. You didn't consider that d4 came with tempo, right? I was threatening d5, so he can't just ignore it. And bishop f5 walks into e4. But I don't know, objectively, how big my advantage is here. I just can't believe we can sit around playing a6 and h6 without breaking a sweat. WJ Loof, how are you, sir? Sire? Wednesday morning Rapid. I like this time control that we're moving toward 10 plus 5, 15 plus 5. Yesterday we played 15 plus 5. It was a lot of time. I didn't feel like I'm in time pressure every game. It's nice that I'm not like sitting there with my increment ticking down. That's how I was in Blitz. I'm like constantly on just increments and about to lose on time. Like I'm supposed to be talking about the game with my increments ticking down to 0 every single move. Here we can relax, talk about the game a little bit, actually learn something or express some ideas, God forbid. So I think Black has a choice here between taking or not taking. Very deep. Yesterday was 15 plus 5. I feel like I'm actually playing a little bit too quickly. I haven't adjusted. First of all, I'm not used to the 5-second increment. I'm mostly, for years, I've been playing with 3-second increment. That's a major transition. And, also the base time. I'm not used to playing 10, 15. I was playing 5-minute, 7-minute for the most part. Totally unexpected move. Totally. That's very unprincipled. I mean, how can you, you're already playing h6, a6 with a diagonal, a knight and a rook hanging on the diagonal, and you're going to play knight e5? Wow. How dare you play unprincipled move against me? Can't say I expected that one. Now it's my turn to play h3, and we can have h3, h6, a3, a6. Prophylactic controlling the g4 square, his knight's only location. The main idea appears to be that he's banking on me, attacking his knight and then going to f4. I'm sorry, g4, where I play f4, he plays knight g4, and then he hits this. Yeah, exactly. This seems to be his entire basis. The entire premise of his whole move, I guess. I mean, otherwise, what's the point of knight e5? To play c5, maybe? Not a particularly frightening thought, from my perspective. Yeah, I mean, so the question is f4, knight g4. Looks like I might be winning by force, but it's not so easy. f4, knight g4. No spoilers. Of course. f4, knight g4. there, there now. Yeah, I guess c5 would be his idea at some point. I mean, I think that we're gonna roll the dice here. I don't think he calculated this very far. My first assumption was to play h3, but I think this is even stronger. Because I have queen c3. Obviously, there's no discussion of king e2. I mean, did he just miss this? I mean, it makes sense that I would have something on the long diagonal. He was asking for trouble to begin with. I mean, just leaving a knight and a rook unprotected on that diagonal in the first place. King e2. King e2 would have been stronger. I disagree. Respectfully disagree. You just played the bomb cloud for fun. Of course, I could have put my queen on a different square, like d3. You think, Arsenal? There's another knight coming to g4 check. But I would not be surprised if you were right. Are we blinded by the light yet? No light. There's like it's like burning through my table. There's a sunbeam. Sunbeam appliances. There's a sunbeam cutting through my arm right now. I'm getting a tan. Very nice weather here today. We had horrible weather yesterday, and now it's cleared up, and we have like idyllic weather for one day at least. Current position is queen c3. Yeah, it's a good question though. Should I put my queen on this diagonal? I was thinking, offense, but maybe this is actually safer. Maybe queen d3 is actually safer. This is important though. I mean, queen c3 adds extra force to the diagonal. So I mean, I can play, let's see, c5. Knight e6, queen e6, and this is attacked again. So that's an issue. I mean, he has to play c5. I think knight c2 is pretty killing. But maybe not. Overrated. Maybe I'm not winning. I guess ultimately I put the queen on the wrong square. Let's say take. Bishop e2. It actually has a defense here. Should I exchange pawns on c5 or not? It opens up the d file for black. There's also knight e6, queen e6, e4, and then he has knight c4. That's a problem. Knight e6, queen e6. bishop e2. Then what does he play? Bishop g7, bishop takes g4, queen takes g4. I guess I could castle queenside, but it drops the exchange. I misplayed this. I should have put my queen on a different square, I think. Ironically, he's still holding. Maybe. Right? So he can play knight h5, which is what I missed originally. Unbelievable. H3 traps his knight, except for the fact that it doesn't. There's a Scandinavian gambit called the Portuguese. Can't believe I screwed this up. So disappointed. Wow. incredible. How strong is he? Slay the older master? What? What? Did you just say? It's unbelievable what he just said. What he said. The slightly older master should trick his opponents. The slightly older master? You didn't just say that. I like how strong his play is in time pressure. The Blitzmaster. Another trap. Unbelievable. All games end at move 39. What a comeback. He was dead to rights in the opening. Who would play this? Check this out. Knight e5. Like, hello, diagonal. How do I not win this position? I don't believe it. Queen c3 was actually correct. Jeez, what did I miss? Slightly dubious or the best move? You make the call. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, it was. Well, depth 17. It's only +3 Arsenal. Slightly dubious. That winning automatically. F4. Wait, I got a question mark for Queen c3 here? Oh shit, so that was what we suspected. If I had moved my queen to a different square, it would have been better. Damn. Yeah, sadly I only realized too late that he could contest the diagonal with knight h5. Totally survived. Unbelievable. So I equalized and I had to win the game a second time. Almost lost it on time too. Here, in this ending. He had completely equalized according to the engine. He missed rook h8, where I can't defend it because of the fork here. I was about to flag when I played h4. King e2 would have worked. Did somebody suggest king e2 seriously? I thought you guys were just joking. King e2. King e2 is like slight advantage to white. That's the bomb cloud reverse St. George edition. No, it just kind of gives black a good running start at my king while inhibiting my own bishop on f1. I guess we're planning on fianchettoing after that. We're going to take his bishop anyway, so we're not really endangered on the light squares. Yeah, king e2 is sound. This is like Bug House. See, here I was wondering if you play King F3. King F3 looked good. This is very tame. Alright, anyway. He came close to, like, flagging me. And had completely equalized the game by move 40. Move 39! Because all games end on move 39, according to WJ Loof. The computer claimed I was slightly worse at one point. Again, I was almost going to lose on time here. I missed something. See, I almost blundered this, like rook takes. I was terrified this was bad. But maybe this is nothing. Maybe I had some secret move here. I was afraid I was blundering if I go into this. So I didn't play pawn takes pawn. But maybe I was afraid of ghosts. Apparently there was ghosts around. I was looking at like this. I have some crazy move f6 check or rook e7. Rook e7. Yeah, he sort of bluffed me there. I was surprised when he played f5. f5 is actually a bad move. You got away with the bluff. Alright, Sumer next game. Anyway, that was an action-packed first game for today. Fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I only have like an hour and a half. We only have 2 hour, really like 2 hour, 15-minute streams. Have I been streaming for half an hour already? Alright. Wednesdays, I don't have as much time. I can't do as long a stream. The Albin. What's that again? What's the Albin? So someone on sound opening? I have to time you out. I really don't want to do it to you, Bijak. I'm just kidding. I know what the Albin is. Did you play this with me already? I showed this to someone on sound and he likes it. I'm afraid I might have already played it against Sumaher. I played that move myself against someone on sound on 2 Sundays ago with white. What does he do? He just plays knight c6, right? We just develop. Right? Oh, this is a faster time control. They're switching time controls? No, the last one was 10 plus 5. Alright. Yeah, we're playing 10 plus 5. Like, he's challenged me to 7 plus 3 blitz. It's not blitz technically, but it should be. But I'll accept 7. I'll reluctantly accept 7 plus 3 challenges. But you're on my bad side. Oh no. Knight c3. That smells like a theoretical novelty. Smells like teen spirit. d4, knight b5, knight f5. What? Pawn takes pawn en passant. What is going on here? It's gotta be d4. It's not true though. I mean, I might be able to play bishop f5. Sorry, here. Your other bishop f5. Wait, I can take on c4 as well. Don't really see a refutation of that. I need someone on sound. He's actually studied this. Knight c3 must be some kind of theoretical novelty that Sumaher just found over the board like that. It's probably the best move. d4 doesn't feel right. I mean, knight b5 doesn't feel right. d4, knight b5, knight f5. If e3, I have bishop b4 check. That can't be right, master. The threat of bishop b4 check is just too powerful. Isn't it? Maybe not. Oh my god. Oh, I can play a different way. I can also play knight g6 if knight b5. That doesn't seem right though. I can't believe knight b5 is correct. So knight f5, no? Knight f5. It's like the French. Some crazy stuff going on here. Crazy. Crazy. What you gonna do when I come for you? Okay. Show me. You prepared knight c3 against the Albin. Like, the chances of me playing the Albin are 1 in 19,753. You couldn't prepare for that. Insomnia makes me go, he instantly plays the critical move. Doesn't even think. So bishop e4 check, bishop d2. We could just start playing the London system if you want to, Arsenal. Why be creative and try something new? Bishop e4 check, bishop d2, knight e3, pawn takes pawn. No. So the plan was this. Yeah, baby. That's right. This was the plan. This is totally normal position, right? Someone on sound would love it. I don't think that he really took this seriously. He just plays moves. He doesn't even like take the time to work it out. Total intuition. Basically, he's Arsenal fan. A lot of similarity between Sumaher and Arsenal fan. Except that Sumaher plays d4 and Arsenal plays e4. But their intuitive styles are similar. I think Arsenal's more diligent in his study. Sumaher needs to study more. Not watching Eric Rosen videos. I know that was just a joke. But You know, every joke has a little bit of truth in it, doesn't it? Isn't that what they say? If you're joking about watching Eric Rosen videos, there's a pretty good chance you really do. Like, that's pretty much what I'm feeling here, you know? Do you guys feel it? Do you feel the burn? You joke about watching... You probably really do. Oh man, came up with Bishop G2. That's... I was really expecting something more dynamic there. Wow. It's the best he could come up with. If that's the best you come up with, you're in deep shit, man. No? Really? You can do that? Wow. Maybe it's the best move, who knows? Maybe it's... You know, this is a totally normal pawn structure, by the way. Happens every day. This is a great position. Takes. What? What about bishop check? Does that ever do anything? What a fantastic situation. Right, I mean, you would assume take on b5, right? But the thing is, like, what happens after knight b4? Does anybody know what's going on there? He can't play a3. He can't take on d4, and I'm threatening bishop takes f5. What's he gonna play? Like bishop h3 or something? Like, all jokes aside, I wouldn't be surprised if that's his best move. C takes b5, knight b5, knight b4, bishop h3, like defending the pawn. The Uber driver would not approve of your thinking. Another interesting intuitive move. e6. The intuitive one. Check. Oh yeah. That's right. One possessed. Speaking of king f1, now we're playing blitz. See, this is what's great about Weird Wednesdays. We get positions like this. This would never happen on a normal day. Our second intense game. Oh, he has bishop d2. Now do I just castle? To be honest, I don't like his pawn on e6. It must go. Everything must go, Sale. The Albin. WJ Luke suggested the Albin. I missed something, as usual. It's alright, though. I think we're fine. I wanted to play bishop d5, but I underestimated, like, e4. e4 is too strong. Can't allow that. Bishop g8 might be an actual move. What else can we do? Creative ideas, anyone? I think it's got to be bishop g4. WJ Loof has Albin obsession. Very effective against, you know, players who maybe can't appreciate the initiative. Dude, seriously, maybe I should give him my bishop. I don't know if I have time to, like, defend, you know, move my bishop again here. time like the present. Hola. My plan is to castle queenside. I'm sad. Honestly, I wanted to play bishop g4, but I didn't want to leave my c-pawn unprotected. Like, he'll have some queen c2 and pick that off. If I do like bishop g4, I didn't really like queen c2. I mean, maybe I had something better. Maybe queen d7? Not really. When you play something like the Albin, queen f6 seems like standard. The space. Space. I mean, he'll never be able to completely coordinate and feel safe about his king position. Non-violent chess. Is something wrong with the layout? Oh no. We're over the opponent's names. I knew we'd get a complaint about that. Let me see if I can move that. Where can I move it? Where can I move it? See, that's why it was hidden. I think that's alright there. I can't see the numbers behind the flowers. When I hide my opponent's names. I like those people who, when you play tournament chess, they don't write down the opponent's name. I can't see the bit numbers. I can't see the donation numbers now. Mr. Coffee, 300. Nils, lifetime membership. I'm going to start offering lifetime subscriptions. You know those people who they like record the game but they don't write your name down on the score sheet? Has anybody else faced one of them? There's two kinds of people, by the way, like we need to clarify. There's the people who don't write names down at all, like they just record the moves but they don't write any of the info down, which I guess, you know, is not technically against the rules or anything. And then there's this other variety where they write their name down, but they don't write the opponent's name down. I mean, I've played like 2,500, I guess. I'm just estimating. I've probably played like 2,500 over the board games that were like, you know, were recorded, where we kept score. And once in a while you get one of each of those varieties of opponents. And I always thought, like, the people who don't write down your name, they're trying to send like some kind of subtle message that like you're a nobody. I mean, there are perhaps other reasons why someone might do that. Subtle messaging. Okay, h6 is a threat. Sire. Okay, I didn't like pre-move there. Like, it might hurt your opponent's feelings if you don't write down their name. I'm afraid this move might be a little too routine. e3. Go ahead, make my day. I'm like Arsenal. I start saying Arsenal, e3. It's d3, man. I learned that from you. One time you wrote a question mark on my score sheet for your opponent's move. Particular reason? I feel like not writing down your opponent's name is just like purposely dissing them. I've never done that. They're not really even there. They don't count. Didn't Bobby Fischer have some instance with Tao where he wrote a question mark next to his own move or something? Am I misremembering that story? Here comes the ambulance. Okay, I honestly lost my concentration here a bit. I mean, it's a winning position for black, but it requires some care, obviously. It's not that I'm up a pawn, it's the space. Something about this. The pawn helps too. No, but the people who write down no names or no info at all, I mean, that's more neutral. I don't find that, offensive or anything. But there's a subtle message when you write down your name. Now, there are the people who are just forgetful. They don't know your name, so they can't write it down, They didn't bother to, look at the wall chart or, check the pairing. So they just don't know who you are. That's not necessarily malicious. They're just, ignorant. That's excusable, I guess. Being stupid is the American way. So what am I doing here? So Tal laughed at a move Bobby wrote down. Oh, that's what happened. He wrote it down before he played it. Right, okay, he didn't write a note next to the move or something. Bobby simply wrote the move in his score sheet before he made it, and Tal laughed or smiled or something, and then Bobby didn't play it. That's the story. The rules about writing down your move before you play it have been, I think, debated over time. For playing. Pling. This has to work, right? Is rook takes f2 too fancy? Should I just do bishop takes e3? Could be dangerous. Rook f2, bishop takes check. Does that even work? Could be getting myself in trouble. I have a feeling I'm getting myself in trouble. That might not even work. So there is always bishop takes e3. Alright, let's check it out. Make someone unsound proud. One blunder, one mistake, one accuracy. Ooh. A little bit of everything. Oh man, it looks like my idea wasn't sound. Damn. Oh, this actually happened. Holy shit. It's a game from last October. It actually happened. So it's not a novelty. This is just a unique move. And the Georgian Grandmaster did the same thing as me, but we're supposed to play, it looks like bishop e6. Yeah, that was the second thought. I even considered taking on c4, but that didn't seem right. So bishop e6 might in fact be the best move if this doesn't work out. Okay, and this is the other thing. I can bail out with knight g6. Oh yeah, I forgot. I played this for WJ Loof. This move may prove a decent alternative. Persuade could... No. They could take the pawn. We would transpose Tasic, Vladimir. That's obviously a correspondence game since that person doesn't exist. This person doesn't exist. Is there really a woman player? Oh no, those are real players. Thomas Engqvist. Real players. The first game is correspondence. Okay, here. So knight f5, g4. Wow, Pansulaya played knight h6 here. Huh. What did I miss? So c takes b5, knight b4. I thought I'm all over him. Oh, it's my move. Yeah, it's bishop h3. That's the problem. Unbelievable. It's really bishop h3. Yeah. I mean, if you just play like bishop g2, I guess black has reasonable counter chances for bishop f5. See, this is like what I was expecting. I didn't see bishop h3 when I prepared to play this at first. I only saw it after, and now I guess I don't have enough counterplay. First, if you're wondering, like, you know, the main point is knight takes d4, queen takes d4. I mean, that kind of tactic pops up a lot. Yeah, so he just like has to play c takes b5, but the whole variation is dubious because of bishop h3. Yeah, Pansulaya here maybe realized he must have had the same hallucinations. Over the board he realized against this guy that, I shouldn't have done this. And he makes this like really lame move, knight h6. Black's in big trouble. We shouldn't have played this. His position was worse than mine. Alright, interesting game. So, Shaki Lakey Zen Chess, Chess Kudo. Ego Crusher short of games. Ego Crusher has bullet games. Yeah, we're not going to accept that challenge. Anyway, I don't have time. I have an hour and a half, which may or may not be enough for these 4 games. Shaki, Lakey, Zen Chess, and Chess Kudo. You guys are all subscribers. Of course, g4 is good. Well, the problem with bishop h3 is that it's, you know, not a typical pattern. So we're not always like looking for that, especially in our Sumaher kind of, let's say, intuitive mode. I don't know that bishop h3 is an intuitive move. I have 3 draws in a row. 3 draws in a row. I'm just trying to play interesting openings for our Weird Wednesday Rabid theme. Last week I forgot. Okay, so now c5 is a reverse Dutch. It's already a Dutch, I guess. I was thinking of ways to play the Gingy Indian in reverse. It could happen, and people have done it. But it's hard to force that, you know? So like c4 is kind of positionally dubious for white. I'm basically playing an English and a Dutch. You can't really play the English and the Dutch at the same time necessarily. Not recommended. The English Dutch, Anglo-Dutch. That's actually when white plays c4 and black plays like f5 or something. Sorry, Arsenal fan. Hopefully you get your internet sorted out. Thanks for stopping by. Looks like we lost one of our challenges. Was it Chess Kudo? He's still in there. We lost Zen Chess. Zen Chess is rage tilting. Don't rage tilt. Don't rage tilt, Zen Chess. Sparkle Horse is streaming. Yes! We're playing interesting games. 2 interesting games in a row so far. So, I mean, you know, rapid chess pays off. You could watch other chess streamers play trash chess in 1 minute or 5 minute blitz, but we're actually playing some interesting games here. Getting to talk about it. I like it. I like it. Castle. I don't want to commit to castling yet. I think d3 is more flexible. This is, wait, Arsenal fan. Wait, how was the game with Arsenal fan? He did, like, g6, castles, queen c7. g6, castles, queen c7. How did that go? Knight c3? e5? No, you had pawn on c6. It was... No, you had pawn on c5. Yeah, you did. So it must have been g6, castles, queen c7. He just started playing for e5 without even completing, like, the fianchetto of his king's side. Zen Chess is gone. Ego Crusher I declined for a reason. You don't have enough games. Abinha is playing another game. Plus the 10-0. I prefer if Abinha would, or whatever it is, Abina would challenge me to 10+3 with an increment. If you're out there and you're challenging me to that game, please change to increment. What's Shaki doing? He's a fast player. He's probably playing like a couple bullet games. What's up, Shaki? You're playing a couple bullet games while you're waiting, or what? Bishop f5. The London. He was watching Eric Rosen videos. Damn. He picked up a couple Eric Rosen tips between moves. Pathetic. So bishop f5. I never was attracted to that against the Dutch. It just looks like you're going to get hit either by the pawns or by knight h4. Never understood when people do that. Having said that, you know, it's playable. I'm not a native Dutch player like Chescuda. Native Dutchian. What about h3? Oh, Acerbate's here. AI, woke AI. I mean, you're just asking for it with that bishop on f5. He might do h5. He might have to. There's always h6. Play the London system against the Dutch. That's got to be like an Eric Rosen video series. Things that don't really make sense. The London system against the Leningrad Dutch. The London system against the Dutch in general doesn't really make a lot of sense. While playable, it's just objectively not logical. Putting your bishop in a square where it's likely to get hit by oncoming pawns. It's kind of like, what? Trying to cross a California freeway on foot or something. It's possible, but you might get hit by a car, you know? Similar. The likelihood of getting hit by a car increases exponentially. But yes, it can be done. He thought forever on bishop f5. So what does that tell us about the opponent? You know, honestly, one of the reasons why I started playing this move order was because I want to see if I can get, like, e4 players to play d5. Now, I would think, like, Ripun's first game against him, it was e3, but anyway, like, you know, if you play g3, e3, b3, whatever, you think the e4 player should play e5. If you're an e4 player, why would you play d5? But I find a lot of people do it, especially when you play the Birds opening. I had a training game with Move 11 the other day. He's playing like d5 against f4. I mean, there you don't have the option. Well, you do, actually. You can play the Fromm's Gambit. But I could see why people would do it. But anyway, the argument is, I want to get people who play, you know, I want to get e4 players playing d4, basically. I want to trick e4 players into essentially playing d4, something they don't normally do. Here Shaki's playing h6. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just looks good for white, but let's not get overexcited. There is just developing. Obviously g4. Which way is he going? If I play g4. g4 can't be bad. I know for a lot of conventional players, this seems very strange. But I mean, you know, it is the Dutch we're playing. And we have a space advantage on that side of the board. So it's not crazy to, like, move our pawns forward over there. I am not that well versed in the Dutch, though. I don't have that much experience playing against the Dutch London. The London Dutch. The Lunch defense. It's almost lunchtime. Notably, he's not committing his king one way or the other. No, I mean, again, it's like playable for black, but I don't really like it. So knight c3, d4. So now what do we do? d3, b3, too many dark square weaknesses. Castle is obviously an option. What are my other options? Knight c3, d4. I don't like that. e3, castles. That's about all we've got. What about queen e1? Castles and queen e1. Castles. Yeah, I see. Also, the possibility of this pawn lurching forward is not to be trifled with. But I don't know that it does anything directly. Lurch. E3. Yeah, F5 isn't appropriate yet, but it might be at some point. He insta-played E6. Possible this is a mistake. Now I'm not remembering. Well, is Shockey an E4 or D4 player? I haven't played enough games with him to really know, it seems like. Can't really make sense of these games. I was white a lot against him. That wasn't an E4 game. I was white. Don't remember. Man, I can never tell what those openings were. Really surprising move, queen b6. Super weird. Super duper. Uber duper. Wait, you're gonna play that? So he's played very positionally thus far. Like a d4 player. That doesn't seem right. That's a funny thing a lot of London system players do. They always like sacrifice a piece on this like pawn chain. He's just playing super fast now. Okay, knight b4 was some kind of inaccuracy, it looks like. Now he's just in blitz mode. This must be a bit of a strange move to play. combative opponent. Why didn't I play? Wow, he's gonna do that? Arsenal fan. Where's Arsenal? That's a crazy idea. Chucky's like a chess psycho. I have to confess, I completely missed Queen takes e2. I'm lucky that doesn't work. Abhinav. Abhinav needs to change challenge to increment challenge. I guess Sanchez left. I've got challenges from Repunj. Repunj already played. We lost Chess Kudo now? Are you serious? Where is everybody? I just let him castle. Kind of a dumb decision. Well, you could always castle queenside, but it looks very dangerous, to say the least. What a weird position. I don't know. The one thing that's sure about this opponent is that he's fast. He's fast and he's pretty good tactically, I think. Funny that we have no draws for 10 games and then suddenly 3 draws. What are the chances of that? Welcome, Masturbate. Good to see you back. Love JBTV. You didn't join our tournament yesterday. You need to join our team. Join the Ponda team. Uh-oh. What is that? What is that? We have to develop. There's a reason why I put my rook on b1, obviously. The reason... Wait, I'm winning a pawn here? Not exactly. How's my knight on a3? What crazy, dude. Bishop h6, knight g4. Couldn't decide what to play. Just a blitz game. Degenerated to blitz game. The London system sacrifice scheme. I don't know who he is. Player, supposedly from Finland. But I might be from Antarctica. You can never be sure where people are really from. He does have a Finnish sounding name. He's fast and pretty good. He likes London setups apparently. What is going on? Nicodemius. What happened? He got disconnected? That was weird. They love to sacrifice pieces on d4. That's a good move. Knight d4. Okay. Yes. Is it a good move? Maybe. Maybe not. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, I say. He sees everything. Everything. Bishop takes a6. What? The back rank is a problem in the London. Right. Thought I saw something here. What a fighter, by the way, this player is. It's unbelievable. My God. So did he miss rook takes g4 check? Is he winning after rook takes g4 check? Here? Rook takes g4 check, king takes. No, it's a draw. One mistake. What a battle. I mean, he really fought back and defended really well. Yeah, I mean, it was back and forth. I was probably never lost, but he battled to hold. Not a bad game. He just missed the easy draw. Rook takes g4. It's a dead draw anyway. I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. It's just a draw. So I was clearly better, but never clearly winning, it looks like. F4 is a nice, simple move. It's just too hard to win. Alright, on to the next game. Leiki. Your opponent you already played, man. We have very limited time today on Wednesdays. And now we're starting to get some viewers, but unfortunately I have to leave in like an hour. A little less than an hour. Wednesday mornings are always slow here. Alright, weird Wednesday. Rapid. The quality of games is much higher, though, with us playing Rapid. Feel free to donate or gift a sub. Can use all the support we can get. Why is my screen flashing? It's your turn. I know it's my turn. I don't know. You know, I think like your time should start running, like in a normal clock situation when White makes their first move. It's strange that the clock doesn't go. I mean, that's not fair, you know. That's kind of a bug. The clock should go. You shouldn't have like unlimited time to think on your first move. It's a very stupid feature. I can sit here and take advantage of this. You know, literally thinking forever on my first move. Like, what happens if you're playing in like a tournament and they just sit there for like 6 minutes on the first move? What would happen actually? That situation must happen. I mean, it's like very awkward. Normally I play d6, but let's try d5. I mean, you can't just go on forever, though. What if someone just leaves the room and lets the clock run on move 1? If it's an arena tournament, you get forfeited. It's a countdown. If it's a Swiss tournament, your clock, what happens in a Swiss tournament? Yeah, I realize this is a casual game, but what would happen if it's a Swiss tournament? Your clock's running, okay. So it's only for casual games where that's happening. I didn't realize. That's the point. That's specifically in casual games, okay. I never really thought about it till now. So if that was our Tuesday tournament, it would have been running, yeah. Right? Switch you give a 15 seconds bonus. Then the clock starts running. Okay. Exactly. Okay, that makes sense. Then it's not so stupid. Wow, Leiki knows the theory of this. Surprising. Though he does seem very strong in openings. Way stronger than his rating. That's like old days. People were better at openings than anything else. I think now with opening explorers, though, people are learning more quickly the openings. Though the Nizovic is a very rare opening. This has the best score of any defense to e4. statistically. Now, very bad move by white. It breaks every fundamental principle. You're like establishing a strong point on the center and then trading it off. Tough decision here, which way to recapture, with the knight or with the G pawn. E takes is like a boring exchange French. This is really kind of the most dynamic, I think. Ham for Free, welcome. Ham for Free also streaming here on Twitch. Oh my god. I overlooked Queen H5 check. It's a good thing I didn't drop a bishop. So white just like went off the cliff strategically when I played f6. I mean, the main move is f4. You maintain your e5 strong point. But to trade off the strong point after you did all of that 1-2 moves to just get it to e5 and then reinforce it with the d4 pawn, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And then Queen H5 check really didn't do anything. So he's essentially bringing out his queen too early. Just losing time in this case. Black has an excellent game. Very strong center. White is playing hyper-modern chess, allowing me to create a powerful center, and then he'll try to undermine it, maybe. A very strange approach. Create a powerful center, trade it off, and then attack the opponent's powerful center. I mean, essentially that's like what happens in the Nimzovich, or Nimzo, what am I saying? The Aliekin's defense. This is the Nimzovich. Yeah. Bishop d3. Interesting. So what do we do here? What do we do? Blindly push, leaving a bad bishop on g6? Trade our bad bishop off? Keep the tension? Isolate his pawn at d4? Fluidly develop? Where is the black king going? Where am I going to place my king? Most likely on the queen side. I guess queen d7 seems like a good move. Very convincing. I guess queen d7 seems like a good move. Trying to castle queen side. White has the standard sort of French exchange pawn storm, maybe. But again, remember, the center is like fluid. This is not an exchange French. I have two pawns on the center. I can chop on d4 if I want to. He doesn't have as strong as you would have in an exchange French as far as the pawn storm on the queen side. I'm not committed to castling yet either. So he just like trades, alright? The amoeba. Fluid amoeba. Powerful fluid amoeba in the center for black. Now I feel a lot better about pushing e4 if it comes to that. I won't block my own bishop in on g6. Astrobate says, I have had e-pawn taken in the Benoni multiple times this week. E-pawn? You mean like white has d5, d takes e6? Understand. Didn't anticipate this move. I thought white was going to play knight fd2 for some reason. He's threatening knight takes g6. Obviously black has knight e7. Threatening g5, winning a piece. Everything's covered. So I understand what you're saying. Same thing, Asterbate. It's illogical for white to play d5 in the Benoni and then trade it off on e6. You know, it reminds me of this time that I saw one of my teammates like dropping their queen, and their opponent didn't see it either. Nicodemonius, why not just take? Because I didn't see it. Like, I don't expect people to just drop entire knights for free. If you hadn't said it, I wouldn't have even realized it was hanging. No backseating. Nicodemonius just assumed like I saw it and didn't take it on purpose. Of course, morning time. It's called morning blindness. I mean, I don't expect people to drop pieces, you know? I was expecting knight fd2 because subconsciously I knew that wasn't an option. But when he played it, I was like, oh, okay, that's an option. That's a weird blunder. He just straight up dropped a piece. Of course, white has to play knight fd2 or knight g1. Or optionally queen e2, but I don't think that really helps him. Yeah. Yeah, this was a disaster for white. He just gave me a piece for nothing. Strange. I think he's better than that. It's a very surprising blunder. This player who's capable of playing excellently. Although his score doesn't reflect it. Lakey has played numerous very tough games against me. Right now, I mean, I don't know why I didn't see it. It's pretty weird. But it's a weird mutual hallucination. I mean, that happens a lot. I've seen masters just not see queens hanging, you know, mutually in blitz games. I've had it happen in one of my own blitz games with a queen or rook, I can't remember. Once one side doesn't see it, I mean the other side likely to miss it as well. I don't know what's up with Lakey today though. This wasn't a very good game. He was playing still it's not mate. Maybe bishop f4 check. Oh, of course, bishop g3 check. This is instructive, at least. Yeah, I'm a little slow tactically today. I don't know what's up with me. Now he resigned. Because of rook check, king takes, queen h7 check, queen h5, bishop h6 first. You know, it's like made in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Made in 5, counting rook h1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lakey, what happened there? Not a good game. Zenchess is back. This player didn't change their time control. 5-3 is too fast. We're only taking 7 plus 3 longer. Zenchess is back. I got time for 2 more games. Zenchess, what happened? Did you rage quit, or did you just get disconnected, or? I want to try to play something interesting. Yeah, it's crazy that I can't see a knight is just hanging. That's why I quit blitz. No. But it could be an effect of not playing blitz anymore too. You know, the fact that I stopped playing blitz. I'm a little bit like not sharp enough with my board vision. I probably need to do a lot more puzzles to stay sharp if I'm not going to play blitz. Stuff starts slipping through the cracks. Alright. Let's try something different. Zenchess is a Najdorf player. I don't know. I might have time for one more game after. We should have time for one last game after this. Maybe Bison off. This tank troll is no good. 7 + 5 Bison off will probably be the last game for today. So now after d6, knight c3. What does a Najdorf player do? Like knight f6 hoping for a Najdorf. Woohoo! Bill 2WK has declared woohoo. Is that like a Yahoo? Pavlovic has followed. Sam Thomas John Chess has followed. Pat Nix has followed. Follows aren't on the list of events. So d5 is apparently a move there, I think. You can definitely play that a tempo down, because taking is like weak for white. I think I once played this against this IM from Chicago, Sean Nagel. He wasn't an IM at the time. He came here to play 10 years, 15 years ago. And I think I lost this in this line against him, playing white. We're basically playing a big clamp, closed Sicilian setup. Playing for like d4 quickly. I mean, is knight c6 a mistake for black because this d pawn can like roll? I would assume it's a mistake for black. Or do you have like bishop g4? I'm not just going to straight up play d5 in every situation, but that's something to be aware of when you're black. Like, you don't want to commit to this too early. If you're going to get rolled up by that pawn, in some scenarios, it can be very problematic. Why are you asking if it's a Philidor? Is this a Philidor? Another funny variation for black is knight f6. I remember being perplexed by the line e5, knight g4 when I was a kid. There was some kind of example game in the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings. I found that fascinating. I still remember sitting at the kitchen table. I think I remember like where I was sitting when I analyzed that. Kind of an unusual place. I must have been analyzing on the kitchen table, which is rare for me. Just funny how you have flashbacks from 30 years ago. You're just asking for it. Asking and you shall receive. I'm known for my good grammar. Asking and you shall receive. Knight a c3, knight takes d4, knight a4. I don't need to think about this. I mean, I know this is a good move. The question is the next move. Is it knight d4, knight d5 resigns, or how does it work? Our man is so greedy, he wants to take my pawn on d4. But I mean, you have to be very worried about this and this. Swinging out to hit your queen. Swingers. And that is a swinger. Tomorrow night's subscriber stream, we still need some games. We've only got one game from Tomas. Asterbait, where's your game? Thursday night subscriber stream, 6:30 p.m. CEST. Be there. Submit your games if you're a subscriber to the stream. And if you're not a subscriber to the stream, don't forget to subscribe, support the stream. No gift subs this week. What are we doing? There was an article today, really sad, in the Hungarian news. An elementary school teacher was found begging in like one of the central squares of Budapest. Or no, maybe it was a high school teacher. I guess it was high school. Dude, that's really sad. High school teacher has to resort to begging to make enough income. For his second job, what do you do? Oh, I'm a beggar. High school teacher / beggar. But I was thinking, man, that's what chess players should start doing. As my second job. Knight f6. Now, you're covering d5, but you're not on that twice. So we can play a nice quiet move here. Castles. Kettles. Just castle. Nothing fancy. Hill castle. Be a good boy. Why is your queen on b6? You think you finally learned enough chess to know how bad I play. Chess is really, it gets addictive when you start to think you can play good games. Then you really get hooked. Bishop g4, I really didn't think you were going to do that now. Provoking me. Provocally. Why are you provoking me, Holmes? What does that even do? Okay, bishop g4, bishop e3, you can take the pawn on like b2. Would you do that? He wants to provoke maybe f3. Even that's probably okay for white. I don't know. So now my knight is like driven out of position with knight takes e2. If I play f3, bishop d7, probably better. h3 is probably a mistake. Hello, my game. Alright, so Lakey submitted a game. He's the second one on the list for tomorrow night's stream. There's no sense in sacking a pawn here. Zenchess has now given up his bishop. Klaus, bishop. Castles, bishop e3. Queen takes b2, rook b1. Then there's always the horrifying b3. b3 is still not that bad. But it is weakening. Slightly weakening to white's position. So what are we going to do? Bishop e3, queen takes b2, rook b1, queen a2, rook b7. We sack a pawn, but it's kind of like a Grunfeld where we have active play. Grunfeld. We go for Grunfeld, active play. Sacking pawn. Sack a pawn. Play like a man or die like a dog. The macho calling card of my friend Jorge has one. Acerbate. Pawn grabber. Greedy. We have the bishop pair and the centrum. There's no question white has compensation for sacrificed pawn. I was really hoping for rook b8 there, but it didn't fall for it. So rook c7 leads to queen b6. Chess leads to perpetual brokenness. No, seriously. Rook c7, queen b6, chomp, chomp, e5, knight d5 for black. And the problem is this. I don't see it. Rook c7, queen b6, take, e5. Not enough there. Knight d5, black holds on. So we have to come up with an alternative plan. Queen b3 drops a piece. So we have to move the rook back, and that's the only option. It is what it is. Rook b3 maybe? Really see the point. I just wasted like tons of time on a basically forced move. Now he's up a pawn and I don't seem to have enough compensation. Maybe I missed something. Maybe we can get rook down in the 7th here. Seek and destroy. Iggy Pop is touring in France right now. It's funny that there's like live music again after years of pandemic. Wow, he can do that? Crazy. Trying to keep the situation tense. Intenso. Where do I go? Up the ante. Look at Acibate. Must be OG. Guy Pop, upper 70s. He's got your energy, Acibate. I don't think he's upper 70s, but maybe like 75. He could be 75, I don't know. That's crazy, I don't know. Man, you had a move. Circumventing. I want to cry. Man, I'm like down a pawn no matter what I do. Not happy here. This is really disappointing. I'm gonna take my bishop. I just had to sell out. I sold out. Play for draw. Play for draw, man. That is a monster, though. The queen on d5. It's like super queen. It's a megalodon. Queen megalodon. Mother of all queens. On d5. What range? For a draw. This game was a fail. Big fail. But I know when to say, you know, okay, I screwed up. Let's just try to draw, you know. A lot of people can't switch gears like that. Opponent offers a draw. I mean, I guess he's a little better here, but I don't think he can keep the pawn. Yeah, computer doesn't think he's better. Wow. I was alright. Yeah, you messed up the opening. I was in trouble at one point. B c8. I missed take queen a4. Just a draw. Gotta know when to say when. But rook a1 is a good move. I think if I take here... Yeah, I didn't like this a lot. But it's still a draw. Alright, Zen Chess. Guys, we have one last quick game against Bisonov. 75. Wow. He's like on a live tour in France. It's amazing. Uh-oh, the Catalan. Catalan has been called. This is not a weird opening. I got tired. I'm down to my last 20 minutes and rushing forgot to play weird opening. You're gonna have to forgive us. We went back to conventional chess for the last one for the day. Guys, please support the stream and donate and subscribe and whatever. Bishop d7. Wow. Wow. I don't know if this is correct. That's definitely weird. Usually they play bishop c6. I've never seen anyone do it this way before. So obviously I could just take the pawn. Ponda approved. Live Ponda cam. It's live cam. The Ponda cam is live. Live Ponda cam. Lost my energy. Tough games today, guys. Thank you for playing. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to your friends. So I was thinking maybe c5. I can't believe he played queen c8. That's such a strange move. If you play bishop d7, I mean, you're supposed to play bishop c6. You could also play knight c6, you know, alternatively. But you definitely don't want to be afraid of me taking, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Afraid of me doubling the pawns on c6. Don't be afraid of that. Bishop g5? What's the point? One of those bishop g5 h6 things? Like bishop h4 g5 we've discussed before? I know what he's trying to do here. He's waiting for me to take on c4 so he can play bishop c6, but I think it's too late now. It is late. Guys, I can't take any more challenges. I have to run. That challenge, that player does not have enough rated games. I am declining their challenge for this reason. C5. Wow, it's at Cambridge Springs. Huh. Not what I thought was going to happen. What about bishop g5? Takes, queen takes, knight c6, queen h4, h6. Yikes. Knight e4, 6g, knight takes g5. Oh my god. No, don't do that. You don't want to do that. Don't repeatedly challenge me. Please don't do that. What does bishop g5 do anyway? I mean, if he plays h6, I'm just like giving him a free move. Why do I want to do that? I'm gonna play d5 maybe? Takes and play d5. I'm not convinced by this. There should be something here for white. Remember, black is threatening d takes c, hitting my knight on c4. Bishop f4 looks good. Then what do I do after takes, and knight c6, though? I have to lose time retreating my queen somewhere. But where? Queen where? That's the problem. Queen where? Tupperware. Bishop g5, h6. Bishop h4, g5. No. Wait a second. There's something with bishop g5. Take, and knight d6. Agnes Karajewski gifting tier 1 sub to the community. Yes! Gifted the tier 1 sub to Love JBTV. And that is our first gift sub for this week. Super generous. Thank you. Agnes Karajewski. Love JBTV. Gift sub, thank you. Awesome. Guys, I gotta run soon. So this is absolutely last game for today. I thank all of you for tuning in. After this game, I am leaving, and we'll be back tomorrow night for our subscriber stream. So I do analysis of games that are submitted to me from the viewers, specifically the subscriber viewers. So what was I gonna do here? If knight c6, should I play daily 130 game, analyze it, or a couple of 5+3 games? Yeah. I like the 30+0 idea better. But I think you have to carefully screen your opponents to make sure A, you're playing somebody who's taking it seriously. They're not like playing bullet and resigning in 5 moves and that's your, 30-0 game. If you play 130-0 game a day, it has to be a quality game against an opponent who's serious as well. So, I would recommend like being careful about who you play. But I agree, it's more constructive to play one longer game than just, randomly cranking out the blitz games, I think. So the question is, if queen h4, h6, I was going to sacrifice a piece, but does it work? Well, there's always bishop takes h6. I mean, take, very standard. Is it enough compensation? Compensation. There's also queen f4. Probably doesn't really change the situation that much. Queen f4. Alright, we're going to play an exciting sacrifice now. If black cooperates. I actually looked at something even more extreme, basically h6 not even moving the bishop. My original plan was to play knight e4 here, and after h takes g, knight takes g5 with pressure on h7. Black's so far behind in development, like this might work. h6, knight e4. Maybe that's not so great though. I mean, there's like knight e4, bishop takes e7. And then he has knight takes e7. So this is probably, I'm going to have to do bishop takes h6. Don't know if I have enough compensation for the sacrifice piece though. Take, rook e8. Queen g5 check. I think I'm going to have to sacrifice my bishop though. My queen is sort of hanging out here in an exposed position. We have to sacrifice. I mean, the alternative would be to like play bishop takes f6, but it's really lame. Like h6, bishop f6, bishop f6. I just like lost my bishop for nothing. I'm pretty much committed at this point. either take on h6 or just leave the bishop there. I mean, I guess alternatively I could play bishop d2. It is possible. If you really don't want to sack a piece here, you could play bishop d2. Possibly bishop f4, but that looks a little awkward. Queen is getting close to trapped. So knight e4, knight e4, pawn takes g5, knight takes g5, and then close. Does it work? Knight e4 takes, bishop takes. I don't believe this is going to work. Takes, bishop takes. Let's see, knight e4, he also has that, yep. It's probably unsound. Sacrificium time. This is totally bullshit. I'm only gonna like win by like bluff here. I really shouldn't have done this. Okay, I'm having hallucinations though. I started to hallucinate like takes, black could play knight to d4, but that just drops a piece. The queen takes d4. This is like a blitz chess sacrifice. You know, I don't think it's objectively sound, but it might work in blitz. The most Polish name ever. The most Finnish name ever. Finland doesn't share a border with Poland, right? There's the Baltic states in between. Alright, knight e4. My geography is a little bit shaky. I can't believe you just played knight to d5. Our last game, I played an unsound sacrifice and black declines it. Can't blame them. Just add water. No, I insist. Knight f6. Now I'm really getting myself in deep. I may not be able to like extract my pieces when I need to later. We do have rook d1. Which rook? And there is a sacrifice here. And clearly black is compressed. I'm almost certain my sacrifice couldn't have been sound. It's just too easy. There's no way that works, you know, would be my gut instinct on knight e4. Takes, knight h5. I'm skeptical of my own sacrifice. Wait, I have knight f7. Knight b7, knight f7. Is my queen trapped? Yikes. Actually, queen g4 would be a bad square. Alright, I gotta go. Sacrificial time. Really wish you hadn't done that. I'm feeling very uncomfortable. My rook position is making me uncomfortable. Unfortunately, queen c5 would be a bit of an issue. Alright. Just want to see before we go. This can't be sound, right? I got lucky. I mean, I know that I'm better, but I can't believe my sacrifice works. This can't work here. Anybody? Computer's gonna be like, bishop d2. Stay sane, friend. Bishop h6. Leave the bishop there. Bishop d2 or like bishop f4. What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, is the correct move here? I couldn't have possibly done the right thing. I just didn't want to retreat. Yeah, 1 vote for bishop f4. It can't be correct. 2 votes for bishop f4. Uh-oh, I see a big black. That's not good. Knight e4 doesn't work. Double question mark. Ouch. Bishop takes f6 was best. That's the uber lame continuation. It got a double question mark. Not just 1 question mark, but 2. Wow, it's just utterly unsound and insane. Double question mark. Blunder. Queen h4 actually got a question mark. The whole idea was faulty. I should have played queen f4. Damn. Totally losing. What about bishop takes h6? It can't be that bad, right? Bishop takes h6 is just like 1 question mark. And also unsound. What's wrong with bishop f4? Apparently knight d5. Gets my bishop here. And bishop d2? I would have played bishop d2 in a tournament game. But apparently rook b8 and black is better. Wow, I just totally misplaced my queen. So this is just totally not working. Take. I saw this, and I was going to play bishop e4. It just doesn't work. I'm just totally lost. Damn. He just defends f5, brute force. If I play knight e3 even, bishop f5, this is so stupid and annoying. He could just defend h7. It's like a bad Greek gift sacrifice. Oh well. Alright, it was a badly inspired idea. But this is nothing. If anything, I'm like worse after bishop takes c3. Anyway, okay, it was fun. All in good fun. Thanks, Bison, for the game. We'll see you all later. Tomorrow night, subscriber stream. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.